I mean, the way that I dealt with like being toxic in games was like I just started streaming, right? Like
Okay,
if I start streaming and people are watching me, I feel like I can't type.
that's fair. That's a
And
good point.
that's basically like I didn't start streaming to become a streamer. I started streaming so that I would stop getting banned, and then I just so
Oh,
happened to get viewers.
that's awesome.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously not everyone can like stream and like do all that, but um, I don't know if like dueling would help you or something. Or, like I don't know what exactly you could do, but um, you gotta try to change up what you're doing because getting banned over and over again, you're never actually gonna hit your peak rank. Or like, what is your
Right.
peak right now?
In season
Just in general.
6, I hit plat 1.
Okay.
And then I didn't play at all season 7. Last season, I was like mid gold, I think. Gold 3 or gold 2 or something like that. So nothing like impressive.
Right. Okay. Where do you think you are like right now if you were to have an account with all your games on it?
Um, Probably mid gold.
Okay. And you just enjoy playing Kane, or like what's going on? Like your account just doesn't have very many games on it, so.
So when I hit plat 1, I strictly one-tricked Rengar. Other than that, I've been enjoying Kane lately. Rengar's probably my best champion, and then Kane and Kha'Zix, I really enjoy playing them. Um, and those are like my three favorite. I like Nidalee too, but honestly, I'll play anything like if I'm winning, I'm having fun. So anything that's good, I'll play. But those are like my three favorite champions.
Okay. Yeah, I think Rengar's actually a fine champion right now. Rengar's like the
Okay,
kind of character where like he's always just gated by how good you are at the character. Like
gotcha.
no matter what meta you're in, like if you're good at Rengar, you can pull him off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I
Um,
know I struggle a lot with like um, if they have like two or more tanks, and then once they start grouping, I have trouble. Like I might be able to pick off their mid or their AD carry, and then I just die.
yeah.
Obviously, player based, but
Right, right, right. Okay. What do you think you excel at, and what do you think you're weak at when it comes to jungling?
hmm. Uh, in general, I think I'm decent at pathing. Being able to tell where the enemy jungler is. And then some games I'm just retarded at it. But
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty okay mechanically. I definitely need work on the macro play, like knowing when to take objectives, and knowing when to probably knowing when to group or when to farm the jungle, or I'm probably like I don't know.
Like deciding when to gank more or farm more.
Yeah,
Do you like do you like get
specifically
in?
like game.
Go ahead.
Um, I think early game I usually have set objectives, and then mid game I kind of like tend to get a pick or something, and then I'll go farm the jungle instead of grouping with my team and taking an objective or something like that.
Okay. Um. All right. Before we go into the game, do you have like anything specifically that you want me to be looking for, or just anything you want to ask before we go into the game?
Specifically looking for, not really. Just, I'm pretty I'm pretty blunt, so just let me know what I'm doing wrong, how I can improve it. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Um, and then any champions you think that would be good for me if I shouldn't play Rengar, Arcane, Kha'Zix, etc.
Yeah. No, your shampoo is fine.
Okay, cool.
Um, just share a screen with me and we can jump right in.
Okay. Can you see it?
Yep. What's your name on Twitch?
Defiled?
Oh, I don't ever see you typing in my chat.
No, I don't know. I try not to.
Good, I like you then. God bless the low elo queue times, bro.
I know. I was
God.
watching I think it was you, and then I was watching Chase Shako, and he was in like a 15, 20, 30 minute queue. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yep. It's pretty awful. Let me see your runes for the champs you're gonna be playing. What do you think you're gonna play this game?
Probably Kha'Zix or Rengar.
Okay.
You said you wanted to see match history? I'm sorry.
I just want to see like what runes you're taking.
Oh, runes. Gotcha. Um,
Oh, rip your teammate ban Kha'Zix.
looks like it's Rengar.
Yeah. When you play Kane, do you like exclusively play blue or red, or do you switch it up?
I actually only have two rune pages. One's red cane, and then the other one's blue cane, and everything else. Unlike
Okay.
Rengar and Kha'Zix. So
I only have one rune page. I just make it every game. That way, I make sure I'm actually changing it.
oh, okay.
It's like a good method, I think, to get in. Because sometimes sometimes I used to forget to change it, but if I know that I have to change it every single time, then I'm usually good to go.
Gotcha. I actually just got a new computer, so I couldn't like it would take me probably 30 or 40 seconds just to change my room page. That's how
Yeah,
shitty my laptop was.
makes sense.
Um, question. I saw um, Scrub Noob runs these runes a lot. I was wondering like your opinion on this versus Hail versus Electrocute and Sorcery.
I think Electrocute and Inspiration's better personally.
Okay.
Like I don't know. I just feel like Rengar as a character, you're just trying to instantly pop someone. Like you're not really trying to. Like if you can't instantly kill someone on Rengar, I feel like you're kind of
Worthless.
you're not really in a good spot anyway.
Right.
And I feel like I know early game Halo Blades like technically will deal more damage, but
Okay.
that's not really how the game works. Like when you're playing a jungler, like you need to be bursting them. You know what I mean? Like that's
Okay.
your role as a jungler. Like people, people like to really argue the whole like, well, mathematically this will do more. Like yeah, you know what? Yeah, technically it will. Like technically, Dark Harvest will outdamage Electrocute late game, right? It is what it is.
Right.
That doesn't make it better. Like I think that early game burst and like. Say you're fighting a scuttle crab and you're in a bush and you just completely one bang someone out of a bush. Like, I feel like you just get
Right.
way too much value out of Electrocute compared to Hail. Also, take the attack speed uh,
Oh,
thing.
okay.
The reason why he takes double AD there is because he has Halo Blades and he doesn't need attack speed.
Gotcha. And do you still stick with like magical footwork
Yeah,
as
I
your
think that's
preferred?
fine.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, like I just like looking at their team comp. Like, how is Halo Blades even? How would it ever be better than Electrocute? Like, who on their team are you sending their auto attacking?
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's probably nice to try, and I'm sure it's not that bad, but
No, that's a good point. Especially like typically I like it for the early game, like you were saying, but against Jax it's kind of worthless.
yeah.
So
I'm sure into like some tank junglers wouldn't be that bad.
mm, yeah.
Alright, what are you trying to do this game?
um, I would like to get off. I would like to get my Zoe ahead. Pre six. After six already is kind of annoying.
Yeah.
And then I kind of want to go top two. After six, I'm gonna hard camp bot with all. I have a hard time ganking bot lane before six on Rengar. Um, I really like ganking top and mid.
Right.
Pre
And
six
what about
anyway.
jungle? Do you want a new one?
Hell no.
Hell no.
Um, I mean, if he plays something stupid, sure, but other than that, no.
Right.
I think he'd fuck me.
Yeah, and you shouldn't be basing your place off them misplaying. So damn, their ball lane has double Dark Harvest. They would have one shot your ball lane.
Interesting. I also feel like since she's running Ignite, she's gonna be really aggressive.
Do you guys win 2v2?
Mm, I don't think so.
Yeah, probably not. Holy crap, it's lagging like crazy.
Oh, sorry.
Is it... Here, try to rejoin the call.
Okay.
You can do like a lower quality.
Stream League of Legends. Alright, let's try that.
The screen is fucking black
That
for
any
me.
better?
The screen's black for me.
Oh, what the fuck?
And for some reason I can hear it now. Oh no, you're streaming it. You want to just do share? You just want to share screen. You don't want to stream it.
Oh, okay. Stop sharing your screen. Turn on screen share. 480. Share.
Okay.
Alright, let's try that.
It's oh there you go.
Oh, there we go. Fuck.
Okay.
Cancel that. Okay. Oh, fuck. I screwed that up. He's dead, though. It's fine.
Not bad. Probably could have
I
been
shouldn't have.
cleaner.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
shouldn't have.
Did you
Oof.
WQ or did you mean to WW?
I meant to WW, but I WQ'd into his stun. Just back here. Oh shit. He's super low.
It's
She's
not
dead
bad.
now.
Oh, he lives.
Oh wow. Damn.
Smurf.
That's unlucky. Probably lost my blue, I assume.
I doubt it.
Oh,
Nice job. Really nice.
thanks.
was hoping you were gonna pink insta. I've been sick.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it until it was too late.
Yeah, it's alright.
Fuck. Could have been way smoother. See if I can get something here. Uh-oh. Oh shit, saw me. That works, I guess. Oh, I should help get lighting here. Oh, rip. God damn it, I suck. Excuse me. Oh, fuck. I didn't mean to take that. Sorry.
That's fine.
Sorry. Clear this. Oh, I shouldn't have went this way. I done fucked up. Okay. Think she flashed too. Oh, nice. Alright.
Okay, what are your goals for this game at this point?
Now I want to secure Herald and Dragon, and I want to put their bot lane more behind. I think once I get, actually I could probably path bottom right now and kill them. Um, I think I'm in a pretty safe spot to get Dragon. Oh yeah. Probably didn't need to take that. Whatever. Red's up soon. I'd like to go red and then all bot again here, and then help them take turret, get Herald, and then probably use it top.
Okay. Nice.
Okay, that works. Cool. Ah, damn. I can actually use alt top. Yeah, and then get Herald. Fuck.
Jack's the god.
Damn. I was too slow on it. I should have got it sooner. I have a big lead. Oh, I should have W'd there. Fuck. That gave her a big shutdown. Oof. That was really bad.
It's okay.
Do I want that?
I think that dive can work if you just play better, honestly, mechanically.
Top?
Yeah, I think the dive was actually fine.
Okay.
Just bad execution.
Yeah. Using the power to eat like an idiot. Oh.
He's hard tilting.
Oh, nice. I should have watched that. Fuck. She got two. Nice.
Well, this is never gonna work. Oh, I guess she flashes. She can actually just kill you there for odds up, so I don't know what the hell she's doing. Giving you
Really?
too much credit.
Huh.
Yeah, she's fucking huge. Especially if you're using your W for your passive stacks. You don't have your W to heal anything. I don't know. I think her ult was
Yeah.
just down for a little bit. It should have been up though. I think he's got scared. I think he just gave you way too much credit there, honestly. You don't even have Tabby.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think you just need to play away from Riven and, uh,
Go back to the original plan.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'm coming. No. Nice flash.
Like, the guy was already losing on his own, so the amount of help that you'd have to give him to make him win a matchup that he was already losing is just too much.
Oh my god, I'm fucking trash. Holy shit. I'm so fucking bad right now. Ugh. Ah! That was so poor.
The fuck was that?
That like went right through him.
Yeah, what the hell was that?
Alright, I have to stop doing that.
Probably would have waited in base for my Ghostblade there.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I wasn't even paying attention.
Happens.
Damn. That's pushing it probably. That's not good. Nice.
Good job.
Getting it. Another wave.
Oh, you're dead.
Well, that sucks.
You're like,
Rip.
what? Jax isn't gonna sell. Oh,
Yeah, that was my exact thought. I was like, I'm not dead here. I'm good.
no.
Then I was like, oh, all right. Oh,
time is it in the game? 25:29.
What's that?
What time is it in the game?
25, 25:33.
Okay.
Fuck, I hate these dragons. Fuck, that was worthless. If she has a huge shutdown, I can. Actually, I think I can. Yeah, I can just fucking clear the waves. Just go for the dragon.
Is it 30:20 or 28:20?
28:20.
Okay.
Nice. Good catch. Oh, rough off. Good. Nah.
luck. Holy shit. Both of you guys trolled that.
Really? It was that bad, huh?
Well, you didn't even smite.
You're right. Holy shit. Well. Oh, I'm being dumb.
Smite! Oh! You could have killed right on him. Too nervous, bro. Ulti, bro. It's Jin.
You're right.
What the heck? That was pretty late.
Just can't handle the pressure.
That's why I haven't been talking the whole time, because motherfuckers break down when I start talking. It's so much better. If I just don't talk, it's just way better, bro. Trust me.
Oh my lord.
I've done this enough times to know that as soon as I start talking, it just starts going downhill. Even if everything I say is correct, it's just like, it's just information that doesn't need to be there.
Yeah. Like I think typically I probably would have went in there.
Yeah.
Probably not. I was just being a bitch. Just GG. Yeah, whatever. It's 2,000. I need 1,100. Holy shit, she's running all the way back? What the fuck? That's fucking annoying. Holy shit, I'm bad. I'm dumb. Pretty sure this happens every game. There's an Ari. I try to kill her before she can R and it never works.
Yep.
Never learned my lesson. Oh boy.
It's a domino effect, bro, when you die like that.
Yeah. For sure. Holy shit, I'm trolling.
Just take the L, bro.
Oh my god.
Okay, let's try to use this Baron properly. Because if you fuck up one more play, you guys actually lose the game. If the game gets stalled out any longer, you guys will 100% lose this game.
Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to click that. Whatever. Oh my god.
What time is it in the
I
game?
should
38?
38-14. 100% should have flashed that. Fuck.
Hold on tab. Okay. Uh-oh.
Not good.
Uh,
Nah, she's clear.
I think you're just supposed to go top here. Let your
Me?
team go bot. You sit top.
Okay.
If they go for your team, you ult in the game. If they don't go for your team, they go for you, then your teammates win. So,
Gotcha.
just hard shove in top. Just take your time. Your team is winning if Riven isn't there. Yeah, this is fine.
Well.
Okay, I just pop your ulti and hover the team fight now.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, yeah, that game was pretty weird. I will download the game and
Yeah.
we can go over it quick.
Okay. I think I should have been able to end that a lot easier.
Yep.
I had a huge lead.
There's a million and one things that could have been better that game, but
Good. That's honestly that's like a lot of when I play Rengar I usually get a not that drastic of a lead, but usually I'll get a lead. Um and I always have a hard time closing out, so
uh-huh.
it's really good.
Okay, stop screen sharing with me.
'Kay.
You can see mine.
Yep, I can see yours. Am I just watching through Discord?
Yeah, mine's having a seizure
Okay.
right now, so. Whoa, what the fuck is this? This is so sick. What?
uh
Can you see this?
that mouse though. Yeah.
Whoa,
That's
it's
pretty
actually so sick.
cool.
Whoa, what the fuck, dude? That's actually so sick. Okay,
Holy shit, you loaded that fast.
I'm a smurf. Okay,
Wanna buy a new computer, fuck. Okay.
let's get the old notepad out. Ow. I just got flashbanged. Fucking widescreen. Okay. Fuck off, quarterback. Okay, 315. Why did I want to go over this fight? Oh, okay, so this is just typically when I do these, I don't actually go over mechanics too often.
Okay.
But some of your spell usage this game was actually like really poor, and it's very easy to like identify situations. Like I wouldn't bring this up if I didn't think there was an easy fix, basically, because I don't think there's much of a point in me coaching mechanics. I think that's really just on the player.
Right.
Um, when you're in this scenario, like just right here, like he is reloading, his Q's down, everything's down. Like you don't need to W or E here. You are 100% like this. I know this might just seem like it's a nitpicking, um, but you should just be unloading your double Q here, like every single time. And instead,
Really.
like you're throwing like
I
what does
guess.
rooting him there do?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
he's rooted
Doesn't
anyway,
actually save me in any way.
right? But just
Okay.
instantly fucking bursting him is just infinitely better there, pretty much every single time. There's actually
Okay.
like several scenarios in this game. I think I marked down all of them, but there's a lot of scenarios where like your empowerment usage was just not what it should have been. And I know you talked. I know when we were watching, I comment on it sometimes, but there was some
Yeah.
where I didn't comment on it. Um. Okay, so we just killed Jax here, I think, at our blue, and
Yes.
we knew he didn't do his red because he came to your blue without it. So you go to start farming your jungle. You basically just like went on autopilot mode after you killed Jax, and I know you want to take your camps here, but you could press tab and check his CS. You should know that he did his blue, and he did his Gromp because he was here at level 2 with 8 CS,
Yeah.
and then he showed up to here with 12 CS and no buff. So the only camp he could have possibly done was the Scuttle.
Right.
So you should have known everything was up. You have T-Mat, you can completely murder his birds, and Jax also has no flash. So doing your Gromp here was actually really, really bad in terms of like snowballing the game.
Okay.
You ended up going late, and it ended up working, but I mean, that's
Yeah.
just because
I
you went
think.
to golems for no reason. Like he just fucking fucked up, honestly.
Yeah. I think this is when I realized it and went over.
Yeah. So I mean, you ended up having the right idea, but it was
Just
just a bit
way
late.
too late.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so this is another scenario where I think yeah, you fight him here again. This is fine, and then he runs away. This is fine, but you don't count his CS and you don't go to his birds here. He can't fight you here.
Okay.
He has no flash. You just bullied him. You just took his red. This guy's actually fucked, and Ari's not going to stop you either. So 100%
Okay.
you should be fighting his birds here again, and then he
Gotcha.
gets them for free. This is just like I didn't see you press tab to count a CS one time this game, so it's something that you never do. Clearly,
Okay.
you might subconsciously think about what camps he's done, but you need to actually be checking when you're playing
Okay.
the game. This is a small one that you probably do in every single game that you play, and you need to stop doing it because you waste a lot of time.
Okay.
So you get this bot play done. You are sitting on a ton of gold, and you're red spawning, and you hit 6 off your red. So instead of running to your red right now, you should just recall, buy your items, and then run to red. The only time you wouldn't do this is if the red buff was going to give you enough gold on your recall to buy a specific item. The reason
Okay.
why you want to do this is because you're wasting your buff timer if you go and clear it right now. You don't gain anything by clearing this red buff and then recalling. All you're doing is wasting like 30% of the buff timer.
Okay.
Whereas
Gotcha.
if you recall and you buy your Mobies and your Dirk and you're on the map instantly, not only like the faster you buy Mobies, the more effective movement speed you get out of them, right? That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So when you walk all the way from bot to red buff, like, and I'm pretty sure if this Jax is paying any attention, or if this is worded, he would have saw you walking here, and then he also knows you're probably sitting on a ton of gold, so he could pinpoint your next basically 45 seconds out if this guy was any smart at the game.
Gotcha. Okay.
But if you just recall, you have your Mobies, you have insane speed, you just get on the map faster, and everything is really nice. Also, when you clear this red buff, it kind of makes it so you can't go bot here. So let's say you recall instead of coming to this red, got your Mobies and your Dirk and you run to red. If bot was gankable, you'd be able to go for it. But the issue here is now that if you take red and you go back to base, if bot's gankable, you really don't want to do this run, right? You don't want to run all the way down here just to get the bot gank off.
Right, because I don't have any bot camps.
Right. So that's basically not what you want to be doing.
Gotcha.
Um,
Yeah, I do. I do that a shit ton. That's
yeah, this is something that like a lot of people do, and It's just really not
Okay.
good for time management.
Gotcha.
Okay, it's set 10:25. So you're like hovering to. Right now, you have enough gold for Dustblade after you clear this, but then you just start you start hovering towards bot side. Like at this point, right now, you have enough gold for Dustblade because you have futures market. You should
Okay.
again, you should just be recalling, getting your spike, because what's gonna happen here is you're gonna go for your birds, and then this bot play is gonna open up, and like in this game it worked, but there's gonna be instances where you're gonna be clearing your birds, and then a play is gonna open up while you have 2,000 gold in your bank, and you're gonna be forced to go to it with a lot of gold in your bank. So as soon as you
Yeah.
have your gold, and unless you're clearing all your camps because you plan on not coming back to the side of the map for a while, you pretty much always want to recall right on your spikes, especially when you have Mobies, because you're able to get around the
Okay.
map so fast.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I would have really liked to see you recall here, or if you would have recalled right after Wolves, you would have boomed by your Dustblade, and you would have beelined a bot, and you would have probably been pretty close to where you're going to be anyway, because you didn't farming your birds. So
Okay.
just imagine, yeah, imagine you recalled right after Wolves. Like you don't ever clear birds here. You're probably like right here right now. Like you're still pretty close to this play, honestly. But you would just be here with
Yeah.
Dustblade instead.
Right. And it just
Um,
makes it that much easier.
yeah, and of course it didn't end up mattering, right? The play worked anyway. Everything worked out fine. Um, but it just something you want to get in the habit of doing is resetting on your spikes. Because like let's say another fight happened. You're just sitting on too much gold, and you don't want to fight to break out when you have this much gold. Like you end up going for dragon here too, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so like dragon's fine and everything, but like you're playing a snowball jungler. Like I know, like the air dragon's really good for you, but I just don't think this is really the time. Like this isn't really good use of your time. I
Okay.
think it's better for you just to get your resets and keep stomping the map.
Gotcha.
Especially because at this stage of the game, your mid and bot are winning, so you're not really going to be losing dragon most of the time. You'll notice that Jax eventually goes to solo your herald here, but that's only because his top laner's curb stomping yours.
Right.
So dragon, like it's kind of like people will like give up their lane to like go and get first tower in a certain lane, and it's like,
Okay.
but dude, we weren't even going to lose a tower, so why are you trying to brute force one of the towers down? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a lot of times
Right.
people just force shit when they don't even have to. So this
Okay.
dragon, like maybe if it's like an infernal, like yeah, you want to get it ASAP. But even then, like if they're not gonna take it, like you can do it on your time.
Okay.
So
I see what you're saying.
yeah, 16:10. I just wanted to rewatch it. Forget what happened here. The fuck are you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That dumbass move. That where I
Oh, okay.
fucked up
This play.
both
Oh,
those
this is
kills.
another mechanical thing.
Okay. Cool.
So whatever. Obviously, this shit
Yep.
happens. I think flashing over here is a mistake to begin with, but
Okay.
I don't actually. Do we know that Lux is here? I don't think so. I think based off your map awareness in this game, I'm not even sure if you even knew Lux was here. Based off things that happened during this game, I didn't mark them all down, but there were several instances where like you were alting and you were like essentially walking right by free kills, because you were focusing on a certain play.
Oh.
There
Okay.
was there was a few instances in this game where like the map awareness looked kind of bad, so I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. Let's say you knew Lux was here and you did flash over that wall. I'm not sure if you did, and I mean I don't really care if you did or not, but um, whatever it is, what it is. You flash over the wall, but that's not really the misplay that I'm looking at here.
Yeah. I
Um,
miss a lot of stuff.
yeah. So you don't kill this guy, but like here, you just Q him here. He literally dies to your Q here, but you fucking run away through W. Or like you like try to finish him with it. Like
Yeah.
you need to just really like your double Q does like it literally enhances your damage by like just an astronomical amount, and you're using your empowered E and empowered W too much. Like honestly,
Okay.
you are. I really think like you would just be surprised at how much damage you're actually supposed to do right now. Because this Jin is not supposed to live. Like look at your fucking items right now. It's actually kind of disgusting that he lives this. Like I want to see what you even hit him with. He's literally full HP. Your electrocute's down right now. What did you hit him with?
EW
Auto.
auto, I think.
You didn't even hit him with one
Oh
Q
my
and he almost got
god.
one shot.
Jesus Christ, you're right.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So, I mean, it is
Okay.
what it
Wow.
is. it's just and that's it's just something you need to be looking for. Like, just try to greed out on your double Qs until like
Okay.
you start figuring out better when you should and shouldn't be using it. And I'm sure if
Right.
it was season 6 or whatever season it was when you played Rengar, you knew it a bit better. But it's gonna take some time to get used to like your damage output again. Like it's different runes now, different keystones, different builds now. So your damage output's not the same as it was when you used to main Rengar. So you need to start getting used to just pushing your limit and double queuing in instances where like maybe you should have E'd or maybe you should have W'd. Um,
Okay.
just try to
Just to learn it again.
go over the top just to learn it again. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
729. Yeah. Okay. So I think after this play, you started like actually like fucking tilting because your next two alts were like really bad.
Okay.
Um. Oh, I actually didn't mark the. I'm not gonna go over the dive top. I don't really care. You like randomly ulted top at some point. You ulted the Riven and she just got her flash out. Like, and I
Yeah.
remember verbally saying that's never gonna work. So that was before
Yes.
this, and then it's like also this play, like, dude, Jax just has his E up, and he has Ninja Tabi and Cinder Hulk. You can't kill him
Yeah.
here no matter what.
No way I can
He
do
literally has
that.
to disconnect. And when you're this fed, like, you cannot be wasting your ultimates.
Okay.
It's, I mean, you actually could kill him here if you. I'm not gonna. I mean, we can go into it. Like, literally, if you just didn't W, you could have waited out
Right.
his E because his Q was down and just rooted him, but. Like, if you're gonna go for this, you gotta play it properly. Like, this is just a stupid play to go for, I think. Like, you're just putting your ulti on full cooldown, and
Right.
you're
For no
giving,
reason.
yeah, I mean, basically for no reason. Like, even if you kill Jax there, like, I mean, I think your team's gonna get bot tower soon anyway, right?
I think so.
Yeah, they get it right here anyway. So, you literally got nothing out of your ultimate. You get Dragon again here. This time, I think it's fine to Dragon because there's really nothing else for you to do considering you just use your ultimate. But
Okay.
ideally, you're in a situation where you have your ulti up right now, and I don't think Dragon's the right call. But this is a good
Yeah.
downtime
So like
Dragon.
ideally there I'd have all and I'd look for a pick and then after that go for the dragon or whatever.
Yeah, like maybe you like go bot with your team here and you just dive bot or something. I
Okay.
don't know.
Gotcha.
Um, oh yeah, I remember saying before you could have waited in base for your Ghost Blade, but I mean that's not really a big
Yeah.
deal. Shit happens. Okay, yeah, and this game gets really sloppy post 20. You kind of just start running around the map doing nothing. Like you're
Yeah.
kind of just like there's just no direction in what you're doing. Like you have your ulti up, you're literally god mode fed right now, and you're playing reactively instead of proactively. Like
Okay.
if they're playing Ari, Jin, and Lux into fed Rengar, like it should be a nightmare mode for them. But they're the one making all the moves, and you're reacting to them. So whether it's your game kind of got slowed down because of your two like the alt waste right here and the alt waste down here, it definitely slowed your game down a bit. But like if you see them three here, like you have Mobies, you have Ghostblade, like you really can just beeline it to bot lane or like shove in mid and just get mid tower here. Like here, look at the way the
Okay.
map's playing out right here. Like why are you not just mid here? Watch what happens. Like you just leave. But why?
I guess they try and go help top.
But how? But like let's say they start hitting the tower here. What the fuck are you gonna do
Yeah.
top?
There's literally nothing I can do anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
So you just need to get something instead of like.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. They end up not getting this tower here. But what's more important, your tier 2 top or their tier 1 mid? Honestly, their tier 1 mid is way more important when it comes to opening up the map. Especially as
Okay.
pick champions like Zoe. You know how much more Zoe can do when this tower's down?
No, I don't.
It
To be
just
honest.
it just lines up these bubbles. Like it lines up these bubbles. It just lines up so much map
Oh,
control for Rengar and Zoe to take people out, especially when you're fed. Like taking out this tower allows you to make picks so much easier. You can get lane wards like right here and here. You can see if they're coming this way. You can see if they're going this way. You can see if like oh Jin's walking this way to go to bot wave. Okay, you're down here. You just start ulting right here,
Okay.
knowing that he's gonna be here. Like
Right.
this tower is one of the most important. I remember you were talking earlier about how you wanted to get Herald and use it on top. Pretty like I would say 99% of the time you want to get Herald on mid.
Really? Okay.
Like the only time I would say heralding top is good is if like your bot tower or your top tower or mid tower is threatened of being taken, and you're trying to just get the first blood gold, and
Gotcha.
basically get that guy out of lane. That's probably the only time you want to use Herald outside of mid.
Okay.
Um, okay, 24 minutes. This is another empowerment usage.
Okay.
So you're sitting here for Jin, which is really nice. You. Oh wait, it's actually before this. My times are a little bit messed up because the quality was a little bit yucky for me. So
Yeah. Sorry about that.
all good. So you're waiting here. Like yeah, this guy should just legit get one bang, but
Yeah, but I fucked it up.
I don't think you empower Q. I think you use your E or something.
I think you're right.
Oh no, I know what I want to talk about. So you throw your E here and you missed.
Yeah.
But right now you have Dustblade, right? So all you have to do here is literally QW Tiamat, and then he's basically snared from your fucking auto because you have Dustblade. So say you QW him right here, like right now you QW Tiamat him, he's gonna flash, and he's gonna be after he flashes, he's slowed for the 90%, and you get a free E every time. You don't actually have to cast E here, so it's like boom QW. He's gonna flash like right after you QW. He doesn't here. I have no fucking clue why. But you also don't have you missed your E here, so you don't have your Wait, why don't you have 4 stacks here? What did you not do? What did you not use your W?
My W when I first jumped, I hit it, or I thought I hit it, but it didn't go. I didn't.
Yeah, because of the Tiamat, I think.
Yeah.
So like QW Tiamat, boom, 3 stacks, and then
Yep, I didn't.
whichever way he goes, whether he goes this way or up, like it's pretty hard for him to flash or E from this angle. And if he does, then you just follow with your flash. But when you're making picks on Rengar when you have Dustblade, you literally don't have to open combo with E because your auto is basically your E. And then you
Gotcha. So
save your
you're
E to
you're
follow their
literally
flash.
So you're literally just jumping auto QW Tiamat.
Yeah, for your triple stack, and then you follow them with E. Because,
Okay.
yeah, basically you count your first auto as a root. That's the way I think of it.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Um, okay, so we're at like some weird stage of the game where we definitely want to try to end the game because I would say that their comp is pretty decent. And in general, in solo queue, when you're really far ahead, like you just want to end the game before you throw. Essentially, like I know it's just like super general, but like we're kind of just A-ramming right now when top tower is open. Right now, you should be playing for top tower, top tier 2, and getting vision in their top side, and then playing around Baron. Zoe does really well at just securing Baron picks. She's fed out of her fucking mind right now. All we have to do is get pinks here and here, and they can't walk up anymore. If you get a pink right here and a pink in the pit, they lose. Like, they cannot walk up to clear vision. You guys do Baron really fast because you're super fed. This whole ARAM shit is super pointless, and I know your teammates are going for it, but you're not really helping the cause out because you're also here, so they're thinking you want to do it too.
Okay.
You need to start aggressively pinging and saying like set up vision on Baron when you guys are recalling and stuff like that, because
Gotcha.
you're kind of just allowing your teammates to make these mistakes when you walk up with them.
Okay.
Yeah, so this place sucked in general. I didn't like it.
Okay.
Yeah, I wrote in here like you need more direction in your game. Like you kind of just seem to be following what everyone else is doing. Like if you're smurfing and you're playing in silver too, why are you letting the other silver players dictate the way the game goes if you're better than them? Right?
Good call. So, this is pretty much this happens a lot, and now I'm actually realizing it. Like I'll get that lead and then I do that same thing, like exactly what you're talking about, just kind of like wander around fucking aimlessly.
Uh huh.
Like mid late game, I know I should be looking for picks as Rengar, but um, so this is really helping, like when to go for those objectives or get vision or do whatever.
Yeah. So like, obviously there's gonna be times where they're like hard grouping and it's really hard as Rengar to do anything. You basically just want to go into a side lane, shove it all the way in, and then when their group splits off to come and deal with your split, that's when you go in for the picks.
Oh, okay.
So like, say in this game it's like the Riven, right? Like you need Riven to match your split push. You get her to come
Yeah.
into side, like you come into lane with your team at, you just completely stomp the wave into the tower, and then every
Okay.
single time you shove the wave in, you just beeline it to mid because you have Ghostblade and Mobies and she doesn't have either.
Gotcha.
Actually, she
So
has
as soon as
Ghostblade,
they
but
send someone to match, you just alt mid.
then you 5v4 mid. Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Or you just kill the guy who comes up to you. I mean,
Okay.
whatever is
Yeah,
whatever. So,
that makes sense.
uh, 27, 30. So you go for like a solo kill on Riven here. Again, like this ends up working out, so that's great. But just because something works doesn't mean it's correct all the time.
Okay.
Um, Riven ends up going bot here, I think. Yeah, Riven just like goes bot here. She's full HP. Like you go for a solo kill on her here, and like I'm pretty sure you actually don't win this. Like
Now that
she
I'm looking at it, I think you're right because she has 2 levels on me.
and she
Holy
has
shit.
flash and
And she has.
stopwatch. Like
Yeah.
I
Wow.
don't think you actually ever win this 1v1, and if you die here, you lose the game because they get free Baron. Um,
Oh. Okay.
Luckily, actually your teammates didn't pick, so it actually wouldn't have been a big deal here. But if Riven's
But
bought with Ignite, why aren't you just going to Baron?
yeah, good call. Okay.
Like,
Just being a fucking idiot. Holy shit.
yeah, we're just and like don't get me wrong, like going for kills is fine, but like that's not even a character that you're even supposed to be able to kill right now.
Right.
Like I
Yeah.
she
She just
she
like played
inted.
so poorly.
Yeah, and she's sitting on 2k gold, which I'm pretty sure you didn't account for.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah.
Or the
So,
fact that she had 2 levels on me. My God.
yep. Yeah, so I just you really want to actually have a plan in what you're doing instead of just going through the motions while you're playing. You
Okay.
really, really need to make sure you're like, okay, every single time you recall, try to think about what you need to do next.
Gotcha.
Okay, so 29. This is a really good one that you probably fuck up all the time in your games. So your teammates just made a decent play right now. They're getting bought, and they all want to. You know they want to recall because they just got the bottom turret. Everyone's sitting on buckets of gold right now, but you're farming camps right now while they're trying to recall. And what's gonna happen here is that means they're gonna recall while you're doing stuff, which is gonna
Okay.
create like a teeter totter effect where you're just gonna fucking jump off. So now you're gonna recall and they're on the map. So you're essentially letting your team play 5v4 due to the fact that you wanted to farm a camp that didn't even get you anything. You could have easily just matched recalls with your team there, just so you were gonna go with them at the same time. But instead,
Huh.
now they have to wait for you to get back on the map to get Baron Vision, and now it's the enemy team's chance to make a pick on your team.
Okay.
So you really need to match recalls with your teammates in order to be on the same page as them. Because it's solo queue,
Uh,
these guys are they're gonna walk up for vision and they're gonna fucking hit. Like they will.
right.
You can't control that shit. Like for all you know, Lucian doesn't do birds here. He walks up with Janna and tries to get vision. Like look at this motherfucker. He's just like if they had different characters, Janna can die here.
Right.
And he's not walking up like this because the champions are picking. He's walking up like this because he's a silver player.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
and
you
you're
could literally just
yeah,
kill him there.
and we're just
Okay.
still sitting in base. Like, dude, our team could just be getting aced right now.
Oh fuck.
Like, what is this positioning? And this, literally, if you just recalled earlier, play would have been way different.
Okay.
Revenge fucking or Riven
Fucking
legit
destroyed.
solid snakes you.
Yeah.
Sitting in the
Got
bush.
fucking raped.
Here I probably yeah. I mean that's just a bad spot for you to be in, honestly.
Yeah. For
Definitely matching recalls is huge, and it's something that like people just don't do properly. I mean, people in Challenger don't even do it properly. It's just something
sure.
that
Okay.
like you need to try to pay attention to because, I mean,
Yeah.
right there
I've,
you could have just lost the game right there.
right. Yeah. I've
And
I've
and
actually never heard that before, so
and
that's really good.
and the way you would have looked at it is, wow, my teammates got caught. That's the way you would have looked at it. But in reality, it's something that you would have completely prevented.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
100% right. Holy shit.
Did you root this guy here too? I think you fucking did.
I think I did.
That's so gross.
Uh.
He's literally already rooted, bro.
Yeah.
He's literally
I'm actually just trash.
and then instantly, bro. Like, smite, just jump on that motherfucker, bro. Like, I don't know why you're so
Okay.
nervous.
Yeah. And then this bullshit happened, and I just
Yeah, so like,
yeah.
again, like look at your Lucian, your GP just recalled. Just take the reset, like,
Okay.
because we go for this inhibitor and like I know I was talking a bit, so you kind of got distracted, but
That's
we're just
still no excuse.
yeah, of course it's not, but like we're just looking for too much here. We already got Baron, the game's already over.
Okay.
You could literally go bot here while your teammates push top and the game's over.
Gotcha. Yeah. Just wasted it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, 38 minutes is the final play that I want to go over.
Okay.
So you're going top here. Um, Oh yeah, no, this is where you guys get owned.
Yeah, I got fucked.
Okay, so Jin's like clearing this wave, and you like start ulting because you want to kill him. For one, he's never ever gonna walk up any further, and for two, um, you just don't have to ult here. You just have to sit here and push the wave, and
Okay.
play the lanes right now. You guys have Baron, and you have 3 lanes pushing. You guys actually don't have to get a single kill for the rest of this game to win. All you really have
Uh,
to do is just sit here with your Baron on the wave, push the wave in, kill the inhibitor when it spawns. These guys are fine mid. If they go on your team in mid, then you can ulti and go to them.
okay.
Obviously, if Jin starts inting, you can go for him, but like this ult was never killing Jin, I promise.
Okay.
Um,
Gotcha.
but when you're in this situation, just slow it down. Use your Baron on the wave. Like your bot's super wave, your mid lane's got a wave here. But the thing is, when you use your ulti here, now it's just like you can't actually team fight,
Right. Now they know, like, hey, he can't.
and they
Can't
also
fight.
know that they also just know you can't fight either.
Right.
It's like you having your ulti up is essentially going to be zoning them because they know you can use it. It's like Blitzcrank throwing his
Yeah.
hook in lane.
Probably would have just like won the game there.
Yep, you should have won the game there. Um, and then yeah, this is why next time when you did it, you just sat there and didn't do anything, which is I just told you what to do because I just wanted the game to end, honestly. But
I
um,
don't blame you.
yeah, so that's why I just said yeah, just go top. Like if Riven comes and your team wins, if she doesn't come, then you win. Like it's simple. You literally can just stand here doing nothing and you just win the game.
Okay.
Unfortunately, she gets a nice chunk on you. I probably would have, as soon as she jumped on me here, I would have ulted and ran away. Uh, this guy kind of played it weird. This is actually pretty well played by her because she chunked you, so now it's hard for you to do anything. But your team, like, we're just so strong right now, so it doesn't really matter.
Gotcha.
But that's actually a good chunk on you because now it's like hard for you to actually get in there.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, you just sat there, you brought Riven to the side, you don't have to do anything, and then your team just wins. So
Okay.
pretty easy. But yeah, I mean, I think like a majority of this stuff is like super super fixable. A lot of it is
Okay.
like tiny little things, but these they add up big time. Like people always ask questions like, what's the difference between like a diamond player and a master player or a challenger player? Like this is the stuff that's the difference. Like the tiny things.
Just
It's not maining the meta champions. It's resetting with your team. It's resetting on back like perfect gold values and stuff like that to make sure you're on the map at an optimal time. Like that's what separates bad players and good players.
okay.
Um, yeah, I mean, I think it was actually a really good game to go over. I'm sure I brought up a lot of things that you didn't think I was going to talk about, but
Yeah, for sure.
hopefully that was good for
Um,
you.
absolutely, man. Especially the recall timing. Like I've never heard anyone ever talk about that ever. So that was really
Yeah, but you understand how big of a
interesting
deal it is,
concept.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Because then, like exactly like you said, so that was super helpful. Um, just stupid mechanical issues that are pretty easy to fix, and then not being fucking a mindless ape.
pretty much. Yeah. Do you mind if I upload this to YouTube, or would you not want that?
Oh, not at all, man. Go ahead.
Cool.
Show people how dumb I am.
No, dude. A lot of people, like, if you think that stuff will help you, bro, there's so many people that'll learn off that. So,
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be awesome.
and then also you could always, if you're not recording it, you could always go back to reference it as well. So,
Yeah, for sure.
do you have any other questions regarding that game or just in general?
Um, regarding that game, no. In general, yes.
Okay.
So that helps me a lot with the Rengar concept. When I play Kha'Zix, I tend to farm a lot, like early game, and then I'm very reactive when I play them, and I don't really know if I should be doing something different early, like if I should be more aggressive or how to like play around that champion
Right.
more, I guess, like his strengths and weaknesses, I should say.
Yeah. So Kha'Zix is kind of weird, where like he is just he's so weak when it comes to early game, but he's also a champ that relies on snowballing, so it's very
Right.
awkward. Um, I think in most instances in the current meta, like farming to 6 is basically your best bet, and then either like evolving Q if you're playing against characters that require more than one rotation to kill, or evolving R if it's like a bunch of squishies. So like this is a game where like you could realistically go Q or R. the logic behind
Okay.
going R this game would be basically just killing their bot lane over and over again. Or like Q is good into Riven and Jax because you obviously can't kill them in one rotation. But
Right.
I think most Kha'Zix players, especially lower elo ones, will just ignorantly go QE every single game. But there's a lot of instances where
Yeah.
like RW is good or QW depending on the games, and building
Okay.
like a more bruiser type build. Because the issue is if you go QE and you go full lethality, like there's just games that are unwinnable because of team comp, and
Right.
if you fuck up at all during the early game, or you fuck up in any team fight, like the game just completely goes downhill. So
Okay.
when it comes to
Um.
Kha'Zix, uh, I mean it's obviously matchup dependent. There's some junglers that you can beat early. There's obviously some lanes that you're gonna be able to gank or dive and stuff like that, but it's basically too general for me just to give you like a certain like one thing that you can keep
Yeah.
doing.
Right.
The only thing that I would try to identify is if I'm you, I would go into every game thinking like, okay, is this a game where I should be going Q first or R first, and why, and just
Okay.
applying like, yeah, like these guys are gonna take more. Like let's say they had like a Leona right for this game. Like you're not gonna one shot Jax, you're not gonna one shot Riven, you're not gonna one shot Leona. So this is an obvious Q game.
Okay. So, question with that. 90%. I'm not gonna lie. 90% of the time I go R into Q.
Yep,
Um.
that's good too. Like this
s-
would be a good RQ game.
So you said R versus squishies. So my thought process, and obviously, clearly I'm wrong, but if you could explain it, like I like to go R into tankier people too, or people like I guess like Jax or Riven, because I feel like it gives me more of a chance to duel them, because like the in and out kind of stealth or whatever.
Yeah, so like against like fighters who like against straight up tanks, Q is better, but
Okay.
uh RQ is so good into Riven Jax. Like it really is. It's just a
Okay.
lot of people aren't really on board with those evolutions, so it's really hard to like explain that to them. But since you're already okay with doing that, I think that's really good. I actually I'm a huge fan of RQ because there's games where it's like, man, I want to spam gank, so I want R, but then it's like, oh, like at a certain point, I'm gonna need Q because I can't kill them in one rotation. So
Gotcha.
yeah, RQ is like the best dueling evolves possible. So if you're in a game where you're
Okay.
ganking early and you're going to be dueling a lot, yeah, RQ is best for sure. Um,
Okay. Cool. And then I have three more quick, if you don't mind.
yeah, no,
I
you're fine.
appreciate it. On Kha'Zix, as far as build and last evolution, I have sometimes I go, not most of the time I go W. When do you choose between like evolving W or E last?
Um, it's really hard to justify going E last, honestly. Like if you're gonna go
Okay.
E, it's pretty much always gonna be at 11. Like
Okay.
most of your fights are gonna like you're probably only gonna fight like once, maybe twice post 16. Like
Gotcha.
maybe twice if you're like lucky. But in that instance, like it's just usually better to like not have the resets, and it's better to have the 4 billion% slow. Like
Okay. Gotcha.
if you're gonna evolve
That
E,
helps.
I would limit it just to level 11 only.
Okay.
Um, and then when it comes to W, like W is just really like if you're planning on building Black Cleaver at all, like W is perfect for that.
Okay.
Also, I really like going W in Executioner's Calling whenever they have like healing characters because you can apply it to all five characters with your W. Obviously, you're
Oh,
hardly
okay.
ever are you ever gonna hit a 5-man W, but
Right.
it's really nice. Like say you're playing against a Soraka and you have like RW, like they just can't team fight against you because every single W you just boom, 5-man Grievous wounds and they're just permanently slowed and you just completely
Okay.
break their champions.
Awesome. So you said RW. So do you? How do you decipher between like going Q and W? Is W just for like squishies and?
Yeah, so W would be like a game like I would probably go like when I go RW, I usually go Ghostblade into Black Cleaver. And I know it's kind of awkward because
Okay.
I don't do Duskblade, but I mean you'll probably notice as a Kha'Zix player like if you're like typically if you're building lethality, you're actually just overkilling most of the time. Like
Yeah.
if you're gonna jump
Yeah.
on someone, they're gonna fucking die.
And
So
Q does so much.
yeah, so I really like going Ghostblade with R evolve because you basically just have Rengar ult on your ulti
Oh.
essentially.
Okay.
With Ghostblade, you can essentially just run straight through lane, and if you get really good at like here, let's just go to So if you get really good at knowing where like this line is, where they can't see it,
Oh.
you can run up his Kha'Zix and ulti right here and literally appear on this Lux without using your E, without using any spells. So you're like I'm like this is something where I've played the game so many times where I know this, where I know where this line is. You know, I
Okay.
know when I can get, like, if you hug this wall right here, you'd be able to get in this bush. They wouldn't see you. Like
No shit.
like I know these things. Like when I'm
Oh wow.
playing, I have a like I'm like yeah this minion won't see me here. And I know that might sound like I'm just bullshitting or something, but if you play like when you play the game enough and you go for these plays a lot, because I don't know if you remember playing Kha'Zix when the old Arifal was in the game with the whole bush thing, but I
Yep.
ran this gank just every day, like just running right through the lane. I figured out
Huh.
exactly when these minions were gonna see me and when they wouldn't. Um,
Okay.
so if you get to the point on Kha'Zix where like you're really good at knowing where this line is, you just come straight into the lane, ulti Ghostblade, and you literally don't use your E. You just appear on top of them, uh, auto Q, and then they're gonna flash panic away, and then you either follow with your E or you just use your second ult charge, and then you have a third ult charge. So it's kind of
Okay.
like the Rengar thing, where like you don't use your E
Yeah.
until they use their escape ability. But the thing with Kha'Zix is, you're not using a Rengar jump; you're just appearing on them. It's completely
Yeah, you're just
different.
like literally on top of them.
Yeah, and then you still have two ult charges, and then it's like, man, if they're actually still alive, which they never will be, you can still E after them.
Gotcha. Okay. Awesome. Um, and then who, like in your opinion, which champ is better for like carrying yourself, Rengar or Kha'Zix? Or
Uh,
I guess
in
who would
terms
you
of
prefer?
like in terms of like how solo queues in general, I would say Rengar, just because of the fact that Kha'Zix is the type of champ that gets picked and banned way more often.
Okay.
So if you're gonna invest a lot of time into someone, like like what I was saying before, Rengar's the type of champ where if you're good at him, you can make him work in any meta, right?
Right.
So Rengar's like a really good champ to invest time into because he's pretty much always playable. Whereas there's
Oh,
times where Kha'Zix is just straight up unplayable, and when he's good, he's permabanned, pretty much. So it's like, oh, what's the point in getting rid of this character? Like, he's always banned. Um,
okay.
I would
Gotcha.
say for you, I would probably keep playing Rengar a lot. I'm not saying don't ever play Kha'Zix, but Rengar is like one of the best characters in my opinion to just get really fucking good at.
Okay. Awesome. Um, and then against like super fucking tanky teams, like two or three tanky teams, like I know you said split and then make that catch or whatever. How do you deal with like just champions you can't fucking do anything against? Like example, Scion top, Sejuani mid, or not mid, Sejuani jungle, and then like Leona
Lissandra.
Thresh, yeah, and then Lissandra mid.
Um,
Because those are the games where I'm just like, I'll get like I might get a lead or whatever, and then it comes to a team fight, and I want to fucking gouge my eyes out.
yeah. So like those games, it's really hard. Like when you play a champ like Rengar, I mean the best thing that I could recommend is like say you get ahead, you build like one lethality item, then I would just straight up go into like Black Cleaver, Serax, and GA, and you're basically just waiting for the enemy team to start the fight, and then you
Okay.
want to go into the back line and just stall. Like you're not trying to kill their back line, but you're trying to create space for your team to either avoid their front line or dive with you to their back line. And if that
Okay.
if that can't work, then splitting them, doing the same thing where like say they have a Sion top, like Sion isn't going to be able to clear the wave as fast as you, like when you have like Tiamat or whatever. So
Okay.
you'll be able to run in, shove the wave in, and then make that cut into mid lane or something like that, or go into the jungle and make a pick. But against these like tank junglers like Sejuani, like, you can abuse those characters early game as Rengar. So
Okay.
those are the games where like yeah, if you fuck up, you're gonna lose. Like some of those games, like not
Right.
every game's winnable, right? So there isn't an answer for every game. Sometimes in those games you just can't fuck up. Like that's just
Okay.
the pain of being a champion main, is that when you're in those scenarios you have to perform, or you just run the risk of losing your team the game because you picked that character.
Okay. Um, and then you keep like making me want to ask more and more. Last one, I promise.
Okay.
So other than the three champions like Kane, Kha'Zix, Rengar, is there anyone you would recommend? Like for example, they pick like a team comp like that, and I run the risk of my team losing the game
I
if I
mean
pick
that's a
Rengar.
good game for Red Kane.
Okay.
Like if you're picking last and they pick those tank champions, yeah, you just go conquer a red can and you just literally one v
Okay.
five.
Yeah, too easy.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I mean, you pick Rengar and a Kane, you can fit those like if they pick tanks, you go Kane. If they aren't picking tanks, you go Rengar. It's a pretty easy way to do it, honestly.
Yeah, that's really simplified.
Yep.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate this.
Yeah, man. And if you have any other questions, like in the future, you can just message me on Discord.
Okay. Awesome. I appreciate that.
Yeah, dude. All right, take it easy, man.
You too. Later.
Peace.